I'm here as a Harris-supporting left person, a leftist, I guess, to talk to people and to have conversations. I think that having conversations with the people around you and getting to hear others' viewpoints is significantly underrated right now, and that's why we have such extreme ideology. I don't have to agree with the people I'm talking with, but I find that often we find common ground, and these conversations are important. They're necessary. So that's why I'm here. To listen, to occasionally talk if people want to hear what I have to say, but mostly to listen.
So
why?
You're in a big crowd of
I am.
supporters. They're really enjoying this rally so far. What would you say to them to influence their thinking? Or I don't know if you're
that's not
change
what I'm here for today.
Okay, so what is it that you want to communicate to them?
Today in New York, in Chicago,
That
in Philadelphia,
the people on the left are not the scary demons that we are made out to be. And I'm also here to learn for myself that the people on the right who attend these rallies are not the scary demons my side makes them out to be. I didn't know what to expect when I got up in the morning. I knew I was coming here, but I had no idea what was going to happen. And I think that the conversations I've had with some really interesting people, while they have certainly not changed my vote, I will be voting for Harris. The conversations that I've had are really important. We don't value that kind of community anymore. We don't value talking to each other. And I think that's what's making this country kind of divided and scary, is we don't bother to get to hear the real viewpoints of the other, not just what's being said on the TV.
What were the kind of main topics that came up in your conversation?
We've talked about everything. Immigration, economic policy, LGBTQ rights, a lot of stuff. Economic policy, we can agree on a lot of stuff. I think that there are a lot of people here who agree with my idea that people should be able to start businesses. People should have I'm trying to find the right words. I'm not great at speaking on the economy per se. People should have opportunities. And I think the way we approach that is very different. I think that a lot of corporate interests are overrepresented. I think we should be supporting more individual people. I think Donald Trump's policies do not support my views on the economy. But what I'm finding is, people are pissed about wealth inequality here. People want to be able to support their family. That's important. A lot of times we're agreeing that the rhetoric on both sides is very scary. I spoke with somebody who asked me if I feel unsafe here. I felt unsafe coming in. Now that I've kind of settled in a little bit, it's New York City. I'm probably going to be okay. I wouldn't want to attend one of these doing what I'm doing right now with a sign down in Mississippi. I don't think I'd do that.
Where'd you come in from?
I live in Queens.
But I have a special message.
On the L. On the L. People are people. The human condition is the human condition. And at the end of the day, it's the human condition whether or not you're Republican, Democrat. It's not relevant.
Okay, so you've talked about some things that you can have a meeting of the minds on in terms of small businesses.
Sure.
That kind of thing. What are the points of contention?
Gay rights is a big one. I'm queer. I've been out forever, and
they're all boys.
That's one where there's been some contention. People kind of run the gambit on that. I just spoke with somebody who thinks that LGBTQ people are overrepresented in the media. I'm not sure I agree with that, but I'm also not here for a debate. I'm here to listen. So that's a point of contention. I spoke with, like I said, a member of the Young Republicans who believes that the government should be strongly encouraging, Catholic values, I think, which obviously, historically, Catholic folk are maybe not the most accepting of LGBTQ folks, so we disagree there. And I've heard some conspiracy theory stuff, especially since I got my pizza box sign. A lot of people saying stuff I think was mostly rooted in conspiracy theories, so those are harder conversations. Honestly, sometimes it's really hard to tell when somebody's ranting at you over the noise, the rally. Stuff like, they're aborting babies and turning them into demons. I don't know about that stuff. I don't know about all that. I don't have any part in that.
Okay, so you came out here to kind of try to have real conversations with people.
I think it's so important.
How do you see us going forward? One of these people's gonna win. One of these
Sure.
candidates. How do you see us communicating in the way that you're talking about, and kind of dialing things down going forward, regardless of who wins?
It starts. It's complicated, right? For me, I know what I believe. And I know what I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to listen to whatever people have to say. They're not going to change my mind on LGBTQ rights, for example. I think there's a lot of power in finding the common ground and working together for it. Like I said, wealth inequality in this country is at an all-time high. Nobody's happy with grocery prices. Nobody's happy with rent right now. That's on both sides. Now, we've got two different people who say very different things about what they're going to do about it. I think my side has a better plan. I'm going to not make the joke I wanted to make just now. I think that if we actually came together and did a push, especially to elect local politicians who are really... I worry about Congress, and I have friends in Congress. I've done some political work. I worry that a lot of the political interests on both sides are not representing the people, and they're kind of just milling about in office. Not the politicians I know, love you, because I do some work. But I think talking to people who you might not agree with fully, but coming to some common ground and saying, okay, what can we build together? I think that's how you build together, right?
Every election, we
Right.
say
Any
is
final
the
thought
most
for
important
New
in our
Yorkers going into the
lifetime.
election?
But
Go out and
this
vote.
one
Vote.
really is. No matter
It is.
where you go,
You can
whether
register.
it's
I
in New York
think
City,
by the end of the day.
upstate
Still,
New
I'm
York,
not
or
sure.
any swing state.
I think no, it ended yesterday. But do go out and vote, especially if you are a young voter. You 18 to 25. Y'all got to get out and vote. I know that's the demographic on YouTube. Listen, the federal election. If you're in New York City, it's probably going to go blow. Still go out and vote. But take a look at the ballot initiatives right now. Take a look at the local politicians, because that's going to affect you most on a day-to-day basis. And get involved. Volunteer. Go out and talk to people. Work with a nonprofit who's doing political work. Just get to know the scene, because if you don't know what's going on, you can't change it and you can't affect it, and then it steamrolls you, and that's bad. Don't do that. Don't just sit there watching YouTube. Go out and vote. Go out and learn. Get on the ground. Hold up a sign. Talk to people. Make a conversation. Educate yourself.
Inflation Expansion Act.
Thank you.